What's up, everybody? Welcome to Human Innovation Tarot. My name is Eddie with Imagine Life Development Center. And in this video, I'm going off on quite an interesting rant about the attack on the Divine Feminine. This was somewhat of a channeled, message that came through spontaneously during one of my live tarot readings. I wasn't really even talking about the reading that I was doing wasn't even really about this subject, but it just came through, and I could feel and sense that it was a message that needed to be allowed through, if that makes sense. So this is, I'm warning, fair warning in advance. This is definitely perhaps maybe a slightly sensitive topic, depending on your beliefs and your views on this type of thing. But I did feel that for many of you, especially many women out there, that this video may resonate with you. And I definitely believe that the true essence of feminine energy, male or female, doesn't matter really, but the true essence of female energy, or feminine energy rather, not female energy, feminine energy has been under attack. And I believe that the more that we become aware of the subtlety of this attack, the more that we can stand up against it and preserve and protect this powerful, goddess divine energy that, we need it to remain protected and intact. Like, we all need to protect the feminine energy, because it makes up half of all the energy essentially that exists. There's masculine energy and feminine energy, and everything in this world, that exists is part of a duality. So I hope that this video, makes sense to you. And again, I ask you, to maybe just, tune in with curiosity and, reserve, your immediate judgments until you hear the whole thing. And then, whatever, wherever you stand with it, of course, is wherever you stand with it. But I did feel called. I almost didn't post this video. I almost didn't upload it, but I checked in with myself and I got the green light that I really do feel that I need to share it with all of you out there. So I hope that this video resonates for you. I hope that it makes sense. And I hope that, I hope that collectively we can all kind of rally around, each other and fight to protect and preserve, the original, just the original intent of feminine energy, if that makes sense, So here's the video. It's pure divine feminine. It's just that there's so many taboos in our culture and in the world that stigmatizes and suppresses the feminine energy, because of, I hate to say it, but because of moderation and sexuality. The suppression of female sexuality is a suppression of the divine feminine, because there's so many things that are connected to feminine sexuality that are connected to other things that are interwoven, they're related. And so when you suppress the one, it's like you suppress all the others. And it's just that women aren't aware of that part of themselves, because modesty. So you're a good girl, you have to be modest, and you have to be a prude, and you can't do this and you can't do that, and you're expected to act a certain way, and you have to cross your legs, and you have to this and you have to that, and you can't talk about, you have to be a lady, you have to be ladylike, and you have to do. And it's all this bullshit of the suppressed feminine, because when the patriarchy and the toxic masculine energy suppressed the female, sexuality, it was a control thing. It's because there was some toxic masculine bullshit that's like, we don't want the divine feminine to be as powerful as we are, so we're going to suppress her sexuality, knowing that if we suppress her sexuality, it's going to suppress the rest of her power, right? Because sexuality doesn't just have to do with banging somebody. It's so much more than that. Sexual energy is so much more than what you do with your private parts, or who you do, or who you share those private parts with. It's an energy. Your feminine energy is intimately tied to your sexuality, right? And that's why the female body is literally the icon of sexuality. Why does sex sell in markets? And first of all, who do they use? Women. The naked female feminine body is the icon of sexuality. It's not the man. They don't use men to market sexuality. They don't use penises to market sexuality. They use women. They use beautiful women. The feminine figure is femininity is literally the icon of sexuality. It's not masculine. Sexuality is not a masculine trait. Feminine energy is a sexual trait, right? And so your power is in that sexual energy, in the freedom of the expression of that sexual energy, and the suppression of it is a suppression of your feminine power. And that's for all of you ladies out there. Just FYI. And so, all of you probably could benefit from being a little bit more of a crazy bitch from time to time, because it's learning how to unapologetically let that expression of your divine feminine out so that you can re-own your power. And that's beautiful. And then instantaneously, every part about you becomes instantaneously more attractive for yourself and for others and the things that you desire, because everything is energy. And if you want to attract things into your life, then you need to step into the energy that's worthy of attracting those things. Well, you're a feminine creature. You can't use masculine principles as a predominantly feminine energy. We all have both masculine and feminine energies, but we have a little of more of one than the other. So if you're a true feminine, then you have probably, 70-30, 60-40. I don't know what the percentage is. It doesn't matter. But the majority of who you are is feminine energy. You must be in that feminine energy to attract the things that are meant for you as a feminine being. You can't do it through masculinity. And that's how modern culture has fucked women. They want women to be like men. They want you in the hustle and the grind and focusing on being the CEO and the badass and the kick-ass and join the military and who fucking raw, get in the gym and pump and iron, do the things, be a fucking man, be a fucking man, be a fucking man. I'll show the men, we'll do the men, I'm going to be a fucking man. That's what you guys are being indoctrinated into. The CEO, businesswoman, badass, the badass CEO, leader, all that shit. And it's ridiculous because you can still be those things and be 100% feminine. You don't need to buy into the hustle and grind. You don't have to buy into the masculinization of women to think that in order for you to be successful, in order for you to start a business, for you to have a career, for you to be the CEO or the whatever, that you have to buy into hustle fucking culture. Completely not true. Completely not true. And it's bullshit. And so the culture is turning women into men. And women can't understand why they're unfulfilled when they achieve the thing that they thought was going to make them. It's like, well, I don't get it. I'm the CEO. I started my business. I make millions of dollars and I have all the things. Why the fuck am I not happy? It's like, well, you're not happy because you're trying to be a fucking man instead of trying to be a badass, beautiful, feminine being. That's why you're not happy. It has nothing to do with the external world. That's the lie of the Matrix. That your fulfillment is tied into the doings of all the things out here that's going to give you status, accolades, and significance and all this bullshit. No, your fulfillment is spiritual. It's energetic. It's you being true to your energetic blueprint. That's where your soul. That's where the true, where your true soul's path and purpose stems and comes from. Your the destiny, the reason of your being, why you're here, is you have a purpose. Your soul's purpose, your soul's mission, right? It's already, you are what you are, just like a dog and a tree. Human beings are the only thing in the world that can have an identity crisis. Literally. We are the only species on the face of this planet that can have an identity crisis. You'll never see a bird complaining about not being a fish. You'll never see a fish complaining about not being a dog complaining about not being a bird. Everything else is what it is. A tree doesn't complain that it's not a caterpillar. Everything else is happy to be what it is, and it's interesting. We get pets. We'll get a dog, dogs bark. And then what do people do? They want to shut the dog up. Stop barking, stop barking. Well, why are you telling the dog to stop barking? It's the nature of the dog to bark. That's what the fuck it's supposed to do. You're trying to tell the dog to not be something that it's meant to do. We're the ones who get it backwards. The dog's doing everything right. The dog is doing 100% everything correctly. I am here to bark. It's my job. I bark. It's what I'm here to do. You're telling me not to be what I'm here to do. We're the ones that are confused. We are the ones that are confused, and we see it in our world. It's gotten so out of hand now. I'm not going to go into all the politics and the trans identity and all the bullshit because it doesn't matter. We get that part. But here it's important for us to understand this, because this is a powerful and profound message for all of you divine feminines out there who, unfortunately, whether you realize it or not, there's a part of you that has been indoctrinated with or programmed, or you've made an agreement with this toxic masculine bullshit, which has robbed you of your femininity. Because the toxic masculine energy is basically just tried to convert you into a worker bee slave. It's like, hey, we have all these men out here that are already indoctrinated into the worker bee hustle grind mentality. Well, but that's only half the population, because half the population are men. What about the other half of the population? That's a lot of extra workers right there. Let's just convert all the females to become men, and then look, no, we just built the whole fucking empire. Let's get the women to become men, and now we've got double the workers. Let's just indoctrinate them all. Turn them all into fucking men and have them grinding and rowing and shoveling coal in the galleys, right? And so your true essence and beauty is being robbed out from underneath you. And it's happening so fast and all the time nowadays. It's in everything, right? The only thing left that I notice in modern culture that even represents true divine feminine, and it's still fucked up, is the objectification of women through sexuality, sexual marketing. They use the feminine body to market, to make money. And so the only part of that that's still real and relevant is the female body. That part is the only part, from my experience, that I see in the modern world that's actually still truly feminine. The rest of it, they're just trying to turn you guys into men. That's it. It's like, hey, we acknowledge your body as being feminine, and if they could change that, if somehow they could find a better way to market than using the female body as the sex icon to market things, if they could find a better way to do it, they would. Like, it's like, well, fuck, we just can't find anything better than the female body to market, to make money. So we're just going to stick with what works. But if and when they can find a way to utilize something better than the female body to market, to make more money, then they will. So in essence, there is an acknowledgement of at least that part of the divine feminine, but it's still fucked up. So it's important, obviously, so all that to say for Trudy, your goddess, your inner goddesses, your divine feminine goddesses out there, your power is in your playfulness. Your power is in your feminine energy. It's in the freedom, because feminine energy is chaotic. That's why it's water. It's emotion. It frees, it flows, it goes, it comes. It's wild. It's crazy. It's all over the place. It just is. It's not contained. It's not controlled. It's not pragmatic. It's not this. It's not that. It's not. That's masculine. Feminine energy is just free and flows. It's wild. It's crazy. It's soft. It's sensual. It's vulnerable. It's not. It's intense. It's passionate. It's mellow. It's all of it. It's all of it just occurring. That's the beauty of the feminine. And when you unleash your feminine, you embrace your feminine, and you treat that feminine energy like it's your life force, then you've protected the power of your spirituality. So for those of you ladies out there, who are wanting to improve the quality of your life, your spiritual path, your spiritual purpose, whatever thing is in your life, your relationship, anything that you want is directly tied to your spiritual power, which is your feminine energy. And when you protect your feminine energy, you've protected your spiritual power. So therefore you protected yourself. So therefore you've insured through an insurance plan of protecting the things that you desire, so that they can come to you and you can experience them, you can have them. Holy shit, try to say that again 100 times really fast. There's a collective sisterhood thing that's about to happen. It's how would I say this? It's so we have the toxic, the bullshit feminist movement that exists in our world right now. And yes, I'm going to go there because it's bullshit. The whole feminist movement has nothing to do with fighting or protecting true feminine energy. The whole fucking thing is a psyop to turn women into men. That's all the feminist movement is really all about. It's, okay, let's just fight for the right to turn women into men. It has nothing to do with actually protecting feminine energy, protecting what women inherently and really are. Now, just to be clear, what I'm not saying is that if a woman wants to become a man, that she can or can't. That is your choice. If you want to be a man, then be a fucking man. I don't care what you do. You want to be a man, be a man. If a man wants to be a woman, be a woman. I don't care about all that. Just to be crystal clear, I don't care about that. What I'm talking about is the lie that people believe that when they hear things like the feminist movement, that they think that that is like culture actually caring about the issues that they experience as a feminine woman, when it has fucking nothing to do with it. And it pisses me off because I watch women suffer all the time as a result of it. And as a man who actually adores and loves many women and just women in general, like I actually fucking just love women for women. Like I love feminine fucking women. I love women. I love everything about women. Like women are perfect. Women are absolutely beautiful, wonderful, and perfect. Everything about a woman is perfect. Everything about her. Even the things that I don't always understand, still perfect. And to change that, to think that there's something wrong that needs to be changed because God's source of the universe didn't get it right, the implication that something about you being a woman needs to be adjusted or fixed or controlled or some kind of bullshit, that there's something wrong with the design, there's a design flaw, that mankind had to come in and tell you guys all what your design flaw was. So now we're gonna trick you with this, by painting this idea, coming up with this little group, this pop culture group mentality, psychological operation shit of thinking, oh my God, they care about us. Look, it's the feminist movement. They care about us and what we're going through. Finally, they care about us. Finally, they're listeners. They don't give two fucking shits, man. They don't give two goddamn shits. They're like, no, we don't care. We're just going to fucking come around the back door and we're going to get leverage with you by making you think we're your friends, right? The whole thing about, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. That's what it is. It's like, oh, we'll just act like we're your friends. So then you open up and you accept it because it appears the appearance of that it's friendly, that it's for you, it's good for you, and all this kind of shit. So then you open up and you open your mind to it. So they've influenced you. They got a door in now because they know that you won't reject it. You'll accept it. And so then they start trickling the bullshit to you, funneling it through. And then you take it and take it. Next thing you know, the infection has got in and you start to become something that you were never intended to become. And it's for their gain, not for yours. Right? And so that's the toxic, that's the bullshit feminist shit that's going on in our world right now. But what's actually about to happen, my point in saying that, is what's actually happening is this true spiritual divine feminine awakening that's about to happen across many, many, many women. And we're going to call this the spiritual feminist movement. And it's the real one, not the bullshit fake one. This is the real one, where you guys are collectively going to start to awaken back into your true divine spiritual power unapologetically. And you guys are going to take your power back and you're going to stand up for yourself, for who you are unapologetically, and you're not going to allow culture and old paradigms and outdated bullshit and all the outdated generations and the patriarchs and all the bullshit and man telling you who the fuck you are. It's like, no, I know who the fuck that I am, and we're goddamn women and we're females and we love it. And so fuck you. We're going to be females whether you fucking like it or not. And you guys are going to stand up for yourselves. There's a whole awakening about to happen, but here's the other part of it. This is the beautiful part of it, is that you guys are meant to go out, and the reason I call it a sisterhood is because you guys are meant to go out and rally your sisters. You're meant to go out and rescue your sisters, awaken your sisters. It's a sisterhood where it's like, no, I'm going to let that toxic shit infect my sister. And you go and you become the shield. You become the protector. You become the point of truth. You become the person, the interventionist who goes in. It's like, no, I'm not going to let you be affected by this shit. And it doesn't mean you can control people, but at least you go and you can show them. You can show them the bullshit. You get to be the person that helps them awaken from that shit. And so it creates this whole new sisterhood where now women aren't even competing with each other again, because even that, the fact that you ladies compete with each other all the time, and I know that you do this, you can't lie to me. I know all the shit. You fucking compete with each other. You know, you won't admit it out loud for the most part, but you compete with each other. The idea of competition, masculine or feminine, you tell me. Is competition masculine or feminine? NFL football teams made of men or women? Right? Competition is masculine. So why are all these women competing with other women? What's that about? Something to think about. Amidst many, many other things. So there is an awakening of the divine that is about to occur that is, one, it's going to heal you ladies. It's going to heal all of you ladies. It's going to heal the collective of women, but then you know what's going to happen? It's going to start to heal the masculine, because there's men out there, and you ladies know this too. You know how fucked up some of the men are out there. Mommy issues, vulnerability issues, emotional issues, you know, or they're just controlling, narcissistic. Like there's all kinds of fucked up shit, because men, they're out of balance. There's so much masculine energy, and there was no true divine feminine energy to counterbalance it. And so now you have masculine women who are also interacting with these over masculinized men. And so now even the women, the females that are in their life aren't bringing any true feminine energy with them. Not many of them. And I'm not saying they don't bring any at all, but it's not what it should be, right? And so it's just masculine energy from the female side, and it's over masculine energy from the male side. And so, you know, now you have all these fucking caveman, narcissistic, or just emotionally, you know, inept males out there, you know. And I say this because I see all of this, by the way, you know. So I'm very aware of what the situation is on both sides, on the female side and on the male side of the spiritual spectrum, social spectrum, all the things, right? And I'm aware of it. I see it. And it's this attack against the divine feminine for whatever reason that's the problem. And so, you know, this whole, you know, Pluto moving into Aquarius, of the age of Aquarius and all this kind of shit you hear about, it's a much bigger deal than we realize and that we think, because there's a whole wave of healing that's about to occur. The more that you ladies become awakened to this and you unapologetically embrace it and step out in it, you start healing yourselves and you start healing others, and including you start to heal the masculine, because you guys are the empress. You're the nurturers. You're the healers. You're the ones you guys are the one. You give birth. Every life is birthed from a female. A man does not birth anything. It's from the feminine that is birthed. The healing energy is a divine feminine energy, right? So it's you guys are the ones who are going to heal this crazy imbalanced shit that we've been in, and so that's a very important message for all of you. Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. All the other information is in the description box below. And as always, my friends,
I'm not a bloody psychic.